All right, partner. Keep on rolling, baby. You know what time it is.
What up guys, this is Chris and this is a video review of the Modfans AL01 Path of Transfiguration ruler or roller. Box here, you can obviously see the nice little line art on the box. Nothing special in the box, but let's get into the actual review. Before we get started guys, I really appreciate coming along to the video. If you want to support the channel and me and everyone else watching, you can join the Patreon. There's a link below. You can also join our Discord, follow me on all the socials, etc. But yeah guys, this is a review of Ruler or Roller. Here's a third-party representation of Roller from, I guess, Optimus Prime's trailer for the most part. Transforming in this case. Very nice figure. I was really surprised how nice this thing actually is in hand. I was sort of thinking, it could be a bit rough, third-party toy for under 50 bucks. But it's pretty nice, and as you can see, it's pretty poseable. And you'll see in the articulation, you can really have some fun with this guy. When you look at it, it's very shiny and metallic. Most of the red are unpainted. You can see that he has a real sort of sheen to him. The blue looks like it could be in the plastic. I don't really want to scratch it to try out. But you can see where the light reflects on the blue. So it's really nice looking. I mean, it's simple, but it looks great. So you can see just when I rotate that shine to it. The white legs, on the other hand, do definitely have some paint on it. You can see the blue there's painted. The red is plastic, a little bit of silver. But yeah, this white has like a nice little pearl look to it. Sort of hard to pick up on camera, but in person, it's quite pretty. But yeah, it's generally a pretty good looking figure overall. I was quite surprised on how much I actually liked the feel of it. It's got a little bit of weight to it. I don't think there's really any die cast there, but overall it's pretty tidy. Now you can see there's no real hollow surfaces, like the back of the calf is filled in by the wheels. Everything's got colour and or paint to it. Screw holes aren't really distracting. They've done really well for the budget, considering like in Australia paying like $30 to $40 for a deluxe. Now it comes with the guns. This one's got like this drum looking thing on it. They easily pop into his hands. He has got a second gun, which I've already alluded to, and there that is. Same thing, can pop it into his hands. I didn't show it, but you can put the handle of one gun into the other if you wanted some sort of weird dual gun thing. And Chris, maybe try putting your thing in the middle of... there we are. So yeah, he looks pretty good with the guns in hand, and he comes with this hose for something later, a fuel filling mode thing for his roller mode. But if you take the gun, grab the little hose, there's a little hole in the back. You can easily slide that in. It's just a friction fit, but it won't fall out. You can see it sort of flopping around there. If you grab the other gun, same thing, little hole in the back, slide it in the back, and now you've got two guns connected. Nothing special really, but if you don't want to lose your accessories, it's a way you can do it. Alright, as for articulation, it's pretty good on this guy actually. He's got a little ball jointed head. It's a little limited because it clashes with the collar area there, but not bad. He can nod and shake his head. Shoulders are on a ball joint and a hinge there, so they can go out about that far. It's not great. They can go all the way around, and then when they're up, they can go out. You got a bicep swivel, 360. Double jointed elbow, which is mainly due to the transformation. It sort of stops just shy of 180. And then the wrist is on a swivel, and you can get some up and down just due to that transformation joint, but nothing special. The legs, pretty good. I've got a tight hip on this side, so I'm not going to push it too far, but on this side, funny enough, the one that passed the QC, it can go all the way up. It can go back, but I'm going to point something out now in the articulation. when these butt flaps here, these little skirts here, are fully into the robot, so if we look on the side profile, when they're fully in, they jam up the leg, which is a pain in the ass. And I kept thinking, oh, God damn it, my toy's broken. Yay. But no, this little flap here gets in the way. So you just got to move the leg forward a little bit and then move it out of the way, and then your leg will rotate all the way back. It's fine because it kind of locks them in transformation and holds it there. But because of this cut here, that little lip, this gets in the way. So it is what it is, but just be aware of that, because you don't want to scrape paint off these too much or snap one off either way. But I just sort of pull them out a little bit and then you're fine. So legs will go out all the way. You'll get a full split on both legs. And as you saw earlier, you can do a big kick with him, so that's fine. The knees are great. They have this lovely ratchet. Almost too tight, in fact. I don't know why it's the only ratchet, and it's so damn heavy. The other leg sounds a little bit better. I'll bring them closer so you can hear. But this one, a bit squeaky. So, ratchets in the knees. You get a full bend up to there. If you pull the wheel out, you'll get a right up bend. So, I don't know, it's up to you what you want to do with the wheel. And then knee flaps will move out of the way. Feet will rotate, not rotate, tilt that far. You've got a slight up toe. We'll look at it on that angle. So you've got a slight up toe, but that's due to transformation. And then you can go down all the way if you wanted. And then the heel, which I've now put back in, you'll see this in transformation anyway. These are a little bit hard to get out. Don't use a metal one. But these little heel flaps will move. So when you are posing, I've found if you just put that little heel out, say if it's on the back leg that's not the flat foot, if you put that heel down, and it will give you a little bit of stability on the foot. So, and then you've still got some articulation. There is the waist joint, which is relatively tight, but it's got a ball joint. You can probably see it just there. You can see a little reflection on it. So there is a ball joint in the waist, and that makes it really emotive. So you can be all sassy with it. You get a little bit of ab crunch. So a little bit of ab crunch, and a little bit of arching back, but then you get the side to side. So you can make him a little sassy roller or ruler. But he is definitely pretty good articulation wise. So I'm fairly happy with that. Again, the only hindrance, the butt flaps do lock the leg. So you can see the right leg's locked now, with the back leg, oh, I've just pushed it in, idiot. The back leg will go back if that's out of the way, but push both in, they'll jam up. The front ones aren't so bad. They'll move out of the way a little bit until you get to this cut here, which you would hope would be a thigh swivel, but it's not. It's just a mushroom peg, and that's as far as it turns. So that flap will catch on that, but again, it's not a big deal. So that's your articulation. I can't articulate the word very well usually, but articulation done, and in a second we'll go on to the transformation. So there he is. All right, transforming this guy is pretty easy. I will pull the instructions out quickly. So the destructions, yes, I said destructions, that's an Aussie joke. They're not bad, but they're not great. So they're on this glossy bit of paper. You can see they're highlighting what bits need to move. But if you're stupid like me, you'll mess it up. So, for example, when I got to, what stage was it? This stage. I thought, again, me being dumb, I thought these weren't rotating and this was rotating, but it was these rotating. So I'm an idiot, you're not, so you'll do it right. But the instructions aren't bad. And once you've done it once, this guy's fairly easy to do. So the instructions aren't terrible. They're not oversized like a lot of them. So anyway, let's get to it. First step, let's put the hands away. Pretty straightforward, like all Transformers these days. Put the hands away, easy enough. Now, little flap on the side here, you're just gonna pull that out, and then you're gonna fold that up, and then that flap is gonna go back in like that. It's just gonna go to the angle. Now in there, while we're looking, there's a little box there, just pull that up. It's fairly tight, but you should be able to fold that out, and that will fill in that gap there. So you've got the 3 pieces there lined up. Then with the arm, it's got a big tab on the front, a big slot on the top. Fold that over, and that should just lock in. And then the wheel will fold out. Now we'll talk about this a bit more, but they don't lock in. So then the other side will be the same. Right, so once the arms are done, you've got your wheels there. Turn those over. That's where I messed up in the instructions because I'm an idiot. Sorry, I apologise. I'm being a little self-deprecating, but I felt really bloody dumb. Anyway, this chest piece just pulls forward, and then it just goes down like that. The waist will kind of center itself while you're doing this, so don't stress about that too much. Now, while the arms are up, there is a little hinged piece under here, but first, the back section, we're just going to grab. Let's move that out of the way so you can see a little bit. We're going to grab that and pull it out and just leave it hinged up. These 2 back sections, you're going to flick up on both sides and then just extend those up to the top like so. They'll just stay there for the minute. Now get the arms out of the way. These 2 side flaps, you're going to fold down, and we'll just straighten that waist as much as we can, fold that down, and then you've got the hip skirts in place there. Well, not the hip skirts, but those panels in place there. Now, this section here, you can rotate the head around at that point. So rotate the head around. I don't mind, I just leave it in place because it looks funny when it's looking down. Leave those flaps out of the way. This section here is going to go back. So it was in there, we're going to move it back. And then these arms are going to kind of fold back on themselves like that. So they do kind of a movement, like a circular movement. So they are out, and then you're going to circle them, and this back tab here is going to pop into that peg. So like that, and then the other side, same thing, rotate it in and back peg. So there we've got that back section formed up. This little flap here, we're going to fold down and just rotate those painted white sections forward. If you don't do this first, you'll have clearance issues with these red things. Now, this is where I've had an issue, and I don't know whether it's my copy or whether I'm just not doing things right, but I found I need to kind of like massage these blue bits into place to get that tab over. So there's that hole there, and there's a tab there, and it doesn't just automatically want to go, so I kind of have to massage that blue section into place, and then it will grip. And then you can see this is popped out, so you just kind of got to get that in place. These red sections here will just fold down and clip into the bottom of it. Now I've massaged it too well, and they're falling off. Come on, there we go. So fold that in, and then this section should have been in there, but you can just kind of force it past. Just be careful with your paint. So now the back section of roller is done, or ruler, and that's the hard bit. So the back section's the hard bit. Front section's easy. These wheels, you're just going to flip out. Now the front or lower leg wheels, when you've got them out, inside here, there is a little swivel. So that protruding part there needs to end up on the face. So just carefully hold it, and you're gonna like apply a bit of rotational pressure. It sounds a bit weird, but that's the only way I can describe it. So it's an off-center pin. So the pin is in this section here, and you're rotating that little disc around that pin. So you're kind of rotating it until it stops. It's once you realize, you'll get it. Anyway, legs together, fold the heel spurs away, the feet just go as far up as you can. And then this section will just hinge on that, and this is where it will just kind of self-align. There's 2 tabs here and 2 slots here, and that will tab in together. And then roller is transformed. Just give him a little squeeze, make sure everything's lined up, and that is his transformation done. Righto, we've got roller in his little roller mode, little 6-wheeled multi-seat car thing that comes out of Optimus Prime's trailer. You can pull this little light thing out so that you can put the guns in easier, and also a feature we're about to see down the track. Trailer, hint hint. But it can come out, but it does have an orientation. It comes with the guns from before. Now you can do the fueling feature. So you can have one gun, you can pick which gun you want to have, the barrel one or the other one, and then you can stick it on the Prime's trailer, spread fuel around, but that's not really safe. But it's a feature you can do. It's nothing I really would do with the toy. It's probably unsafe. It's not real great to recommend actually. But let's move on from that, I think. So otherwise, features pretty limited in this form. Again, you can put the little light back in, but we're going to leave it out for now. That's the biggest square there is where you put it in. But again, orientation right so that you can actually put the guns in. So earlier on I alluded to these wheels not locking. They don't. It is one of the falling points of this figure. I mean, you can look like a cool little hover tank if you want, but it's really easy to knock these wheels out of the way. You'll just be using it and you knock your camera, but you'll just knock the wheels out. It does roll really nice when they are in place. Just due to gravity, it will hold the wheels in place, but again, you can just knock them out, so it's a little bit of a pain. Now on top here, we've got 2 little slots. Those slots are so that you can have a trailer. So let's grab a trailer. This is the Year of the Horse trailer, I think. I'm not really sure. Nice clear one that came with one of the Year of Masterpiece Primes. That's what I had at hand. I couldn't be bothered getting the other one out of the cabinet. Now, the slots go in the little 2 tabs go into the slots. I don't know if it's my copy or all copies, but they take a little bit of finessing. It's like the distance between the slots and the distance between the tabs is like 1/4 of a millimeter, or like a tiny, tiny little bit out. But once you get it on, you can sort of move it around and just press it back in. Once it's on there, it rolls quite nicely. It's cool. It's a cool feature that they did, so it can be like the roller that comes with the Optimus Primes. But off it goes to transform. size comparison time. RC Deluxe, Masterpiece Exhaust, and Figure Arts Goku. So it gives you a bit of a scale of how he actually looks. That's it, guys. In summary, this is a really great figure. It's QC passed even. Would I recommend picking it up? Yeah, I'd recommend picking it up. It's pretty good. Great value for money. $50 is pretty decent for something like this. Really fun, really poseable, multiple features. It works with the MP Optimus Prime, MP10 that is. Anyway, guys, thanks for watching. Really appreciate you being around. We'll see you next time on a better review schedule.